Georgetown. My name is Miss Yolanda. And so we are going today to do a fun little thing, bottle cap bugs. I'm going to show you. It's the time that things are starting to cool down and we can start to enjoy actually looking at the bugs instead of being eaten up by the bugs. So, but this to go, we get to make our own bugs. And what you need in order to do this is just regular old bottle caps. I also use, you can see here, like milk carton bottles, bottle tops, and other kinds of, like, this looks to me like a dish liquid kind of thing. You can use those too. So any kind of bottle cap, take it off, wash it, and we can use it. All right, and you're gonna see multicolored paper is what I would recommend. You don't have to. If what you have is white paper and you can have markers and crayons, you can create all the color you need. But if you do have colored paper, which I do, I went ahead and cut me out some circles because if you can see, you don't need a lot of the paper. So I just made little circles that I can cut from. It's bigger circles and smaller circles. I'd say get yourself a cup that you can use to cut out your circles with, or even like a TP roll. That's a nice size for a smaller circle. If you have one of those handy, that'd be good too. The other things I have are pom poms. Excuse me. Again, you don't have to have this. This is just something that I have. These are the last bits of these kind of pom poms, so I thought it'd be good to go ahead and use them up. If you don't have those, that's fine. You don't need them. So we have two pipe cleaners. I chose red and green. You can choose whatever colors you have or whatever ones you want. And those will be like for the antenna. Now, the other thing you can use are those little garbage bag twist ties. You don't have these, you can use those or anything else that you have available. So again, and you can use school glue. I'm going to tell you that's going to take a little bit longer to wait for some of your things to dry in order to continue. I'm actually going to be using today the hot glue gun because it will go quicker. Okay, and then have markers on hand. You can use black ones just to, you can see I did eyes. You can have the colored markers too in order to embellish a little bit on there. Just add a little flair. So that's what we need. And so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with this one. And what I did, I'm going to tell you what I did. I layered up my bugs. I chose a bottom color that I knew probably wasn't going to get seen a whole lot. So I'm going to start with a smaller piece too. Choose a green bottom. And this, I like this paper. I don't know if you'll have this or not, but shiny stuff. I don't have to use glitter because it's a little bit shiny already. So I'm going to use this whole thing on this. It's just a little small. And so it gives my my little bug a little bit wider space to create on. And I'm just going to plop it right down in the center. That's my first go. All right. So the other thing I like is to have a little depth and dimension so you can see on here. So he looks very 3D, like he's getting ready to fly away. So here's what I'm going to show you what I did. I just found some old cardboard. This is like the back of a pad of paper that I used. Cut off a little bit and then cut it so that you can bend it and create just the smallest amount of depth. Literally, not that big a deal. And you might double it up even more if you want a little more height. This was good enough for me. Just a little bit. And I'm going to put that at the top-ish, you can see. Again, this is not rocket science. I'm just showing you what I did to create a little depth. So, when I put my next color on, that's where I'm going, that's going to be my launch pad for it. Okay, so I'm going to choose maybe a hot pink to go on top of that. And so I'm going to create just two sides. And I don't want the whole thing to be on there. So I'm just cutting a little bit off. And this is going to be like his body bits. Just little body bits. Let me show you. All right. There you go. And because this is hot glue, in a minute I can show you how to create a little bit more depth. I'm going to lift it up as soon as I feel like I'm able to do so. All right, so that's my first little bit. I'm going to create another one of these because I like a little bit more depth. I'm going to give him a double set of wings because I think that looks really cool. And again, I'm just going to lay that right on top, and you can see that I'm creating a little bit of depth. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and bend back a bit. And it looks like he's going to take off. All right. And there. So there we go. Now, let me see. Now I need to choose another color. Let's see what happens. So you kind of don't want to cover up everything. So I'm just going to use a bit of this. You can see I just keep using whatever it is I think looks cool. And that's what you can do too. I'm going to match the colors or play with the colors and make it very colorful. Now, we're also going to let that dry a little bit before I bend it up, but you can see. So we've got 3 layers of color going. So now I'm going to choose his head. I'm going to give him a blue head, a deep blue head. And I think for him, it's going to be right on the top. So. And for you, you'll just decide for yourself what you think is right. I think this one is going to need some legs. So we're going to use our pipe cleaner to give him some legs, which I didn't do in my other one. And you can see. So there you go. His wings are engaged now. So I'm going to let that be, and then I'm just going to show you how I'm going to create his legs. Just cut it right off. And you, again, this has everything to do with you and what you think you want. You're creating your own, it's your Frankenbug. You get to create him however you like. I'm going to, since I know I'm going to have to glue it to the side of the pop bottle or the bottle cap, I'm going to make it like so it can lay flat up against it. I'm going to do that with all my little legs. Now I've twisted up all my legs, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and put my dots, 3 on each side for me. There we go. And we're just going to keep them going around. And there we go. So there's my little bug. Now, this is not dry just yet. It looks like he's walking. So if they don't go on and they're not totally symmetrical, like they don't look even on both sides, just think of it as he's walking up the refrigerator or wherever you put him down. So that is the thing. Yeah. So there you go. This one may not bounce. Okay, there we go. So you're experimenting, and it's all good. All right. So what I want to do then is I just want to put some little shapes on him, give him a little definition, a little texture, and I'll show you that. And I would say, I mean, you can you can decorate the wings before you put them on, but if you kind of, I would wait. I would wait till you put them all together, just because you get to show more that way. It may not show up like you think it will if you go ahead and do it, because once you start gluing, it's just, there's no accounting for how it's all going to come together. And so it's kind of one of those things. It's quick and dirty and in the moment, and it's kind of fun because of that. Okay. So this is what I'm doing with him. Now, he looks like he needs something else. That's what my book looks like so far. I'm going to give him some antenna. See his little legs? Okay, but here's the thing. Now that that's dry, I can lift him out. There. Okay, that's better. Aha, so now he looks better. All right, we're going to give him some green antenna. And again, there is no science for this. This is just whatever looks fun to you. All right. And you can see how like hot glue will be better because it makes the process go a little bit faster. And even with this, I'm going to have to hold it a little bit. If you were doing this with school glue, you'd be holding it for a long time. You could. It'll still work. But this way, I'll just be done. All right. And there's my little bug. And then I'm gonna put him in some eyes. Well, I said it was. Let's see here. Oh. Better. Just a little bitty eyes. Okay. So there's my bug. So you guys, this is just a quick, fun way for you to just engage your mind, create something fun and colorful. And again, I will show you on the bottom of here. Those are those little magnets I was telling you about. Those are the heavy duty ones that actually do stick to anything. So I would look for those. But yes, have fun creating your bugs. Again, if you think about it, you can email me pictures at yolanda@scottpublib.org. I would love to see what you create. And if you do that, you might see them on our Facebook page. All right, remember you guys can catch us on Facebook and YouTube.